Well, look, another Mavic Pro I've got. Well, if it was that size, it probably would be a Mavic Pro, but being as it's this size, it's actually really tiny in your hand, but it really is like the Mavic Pro's got a nephew. It's rather smart, I must admit. It's the Eachine E58. And I think it's going to be quite a nice little model actually. It would fit in a sort of side pocket like one of these sort of pockets here, but I don't know that it would fit in an ordinary pocket. It would certainly fit in a jacket pocket as well, and it all folds up really nice, and it feels really solid when it's folded up. There's no issues with it at all. Arms fold out like this, and then it actually becomes a decent size quad, to be honest, and they sort of lock in position, so I don't think there's going to be any sort of flopping in or anything, which is rather good when it's in flight or anything. If you took a front impact, obviously that's going to get knocked back out the way, and it's got the sort of get out the way props anyway, I call them, so it would be pretty safe flying around. Also comes with a set of prop guards which you can use, which actually work pretty well. I'm not going to fly it with them on, but it does come with them, so you've got them. If you're new to flying, I definitely recommend you put these on. It's got a proprietary battery, unfortunately, and it's not sort of locked in there. It's quite loose, so I think on an impact that could well just slide out. So if you know the channel at all, you probably know I'd probably whack an elastic band around there if it did get loose. Like I say, proprietary battery, a little bit of a pain, 500 milliamp hour, single cell, but it does make it all look slick. I mean, that's what they're after, sort of nice looking quad. Going to pop the LEDs on just to show you. This looks like a battery level, but it isn't. You've got one sort of dull LED red at the back, and then you've got really vicious bright white ones on the front. It's got a nice looking camera on the front here with a nice, looks like a nice wide angle lens. We'll be interested to see how good that is. And you could also tilt it up and down as well, so which is rather nice. So it's not motor driven, you have to just do it by hand before you take off. But it is, it will stay where you put it. It's sort of held quite well on this sort of ball system here, just a swivel system. And also it has a micro SD card. It doesn't come with one, but it's got the slot there for it. So you can it records 720p on here. If you use your phone, it will record 640-480, so it's going to be a lot lower on your phone. And you control the camera from your phone as well, and I'll explain that as we go through it. So that's the actual quad itself, and it really is quite slick, really nice looking. Onto the transmitter, and it's, you know, it really is a sort of real copy of the DJI one. But you've got the fake antennas at the top here, and these absolutely do nothing at all. There's no wires going out at all, so I don't really know why they put them on there. There was no need to, but like I say, it's just a copy. Obviously your phone goes down here, so it's actually unusual that it sits down below. You've got your on-off here, and then you get little LEDs along here. The controls, it's left, it's a mode 2 flight mode, so your throttle's here, so literally go up and down with your throttle. It's got altitude hold as well, so it'll hold when you let go of the throttle, it will centre the stick and it will just sit at a level there. To turn it right, you push there, and that's called yaw, and it turns to the right, turns to the left that way. And then this one here is your direction stick, so, and this is wherever the front of the quad is, so push it forward and the quad will go forward, pull it backwards, the quad comes backwards, goes to the right and goes to the left. So, and these controls are the same on any virtually any quad, so if you're a beginner and you're just starting, once you've mastered these, you can fly anything really, to be perfectly honest. You've got 4 controls on the top here. You've got, it says this is a camera one. This camera one does not work, whether you've got the card in or not the card in. You have to control it from your phone on my one. I haven't found this works for anything, and I've had a few practices with it indoors. Not at all, so just literally ignore that totally. You've got this one here, which is your headless mode, and I'll show you that when we actually get out on flight. And then if you press it quickly, it goes into headless. You get a beep off the transmitter and you get flashing LEDs. If you hold it down, you get a return to home. They never really work particularly well, and I'll show it to you hopefully, but it's never very impressive, I must admit, because it doesn't have a GPS system. This one here makes it flip. It does a complete 360 sort of roll, and I think this one only rolls right and left. It won't actually flip forwards and backwards, and you simply press that and you choose what direction you want it to flip in, basically. This one here is your rates mode. It starts in low rates. You press it once, it beeps twice, you go into intermediate, press it again, goes into high rates, and then press it again, it comes back round into low rates. So it's a cyclical system. You've got your trim buttons here, and there's loads of videos out there on trim, and I'm going to calibrate this before we take off for the first time anyway. Talking about taking off, you simply press this one and it will just start the motors and take off, and then you can land by either pressing this and it will just come into land, and you can control where it's going to land in position with this one. If you want to cancel it and it's on coming to land, just give it a little bit of throttle. The other way of landing is just purely just pull the throttle right off. Once it's finished going down, whether or not that's onto your hand and it's stopped going down, or you're on the ground, or you've landed on a rock or anything, the motors will stop after a second or so. I'm going to turn on the quad first of all. As you can see, you get flashing LEDs. I'm going to turn on the transmitter, and as you can see, still got flashing LEDs. Go up and down on the throttle, and then the LEDs go solid. That means we're bound to the transmitter now. So the quad has now set up a Wi-Fi hotspot, and we're just going to make sure we log on to that. So turn on the Wi-Fi on your phone, and it should pick it up. There we go. And it says it won't connect automatically. Oh, there, it's connecting before I even pressed it. There we go. And it warns you there's no internet access. This purely is a link between your phone and the quad, and nothing else. You don't need, it won't use up data roaming, and you don't need to be near another Wi-Fi system. We're going to use JY UFO, which is the one they recommend for it. Then press play, and we're away. There we go, we're live. So hey, that's quite a nice camera angle, I think, anyway. And all I'm going to use the phone for is recording this time, and just a little bit of FPV, so you can line up a shot with it basically. When you press it on here now, you don't get a count up because it's got a micro SD card in there, and it's going to record it back to the quad. You'll see when I fly it on the app, and I won't have a card in it, when you press to record, it actually counts up here. So it's a very weird system, but this button definitely doesn't work. I've tried everything with it. Okay, we were going to calibrate it, weren't we? So just pull the two sticks down to the right. You get a beep beep off the transmitter, you get flashing LEDs, and that means the gyro is calibrated and we're ready to go. So just before that rain comes, and it is cold today, it's about 3 degrees, so let's see how we get on, shall we? Oh, well, that's quick. So literally just press that takeoff button and we're away. And this is in low rates, and it is low as well. So that's full pitch in low rates. Nice if you're a beginner, actually. And those LEDs are going to be great for getting orientation when it's a long way away from you, without any doubt at all. That's nice. Okay, let's try this flip. Oh, it flips okay. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think it flips. No, it doesn't flip forward or backwards. So that's low rates. That's intermediate rates. That's pretty good. Oh, and that's high rates. That's a bit better. It is slightly jerky on the movement, so it stops really quickly, if you notice. There we go. As soon as I let go of that, it just stops. So it's quite a precise little flyer, actually. And it is totally controllable. Nice. Yeah, that is good. We like. Okay. So we're going to do the, just show you the headless mode, so simply press that, and forward is away from me because this is where we bound it, and then right is to the right, left to the left. Now that's in normal orientation, but if I turn it round so the quad's now facing that way, its back is towards me, forwards away, so it's exactly the same. There's no heading with it at all. Press that and it stops it, and it stops the flashing LEDs as well. I'll show you the return to home. So just hold that down, and it's heading back towards us, which is good. But if I do it down there, let's just do it so it's facing towards us. Now if I hit head to home, it's still going that way, and we took off there. So it just shows you, all it does is just sort of head back in this way as a general heading. It's nothing else. I'm just going to do a quick selfie, actually. It's rather good. Perfect. The way that hold and that altitude hold is perfect. Look at that. I just literally sitting there. Really nice. Very good indeed. So to auto land, simply press that, and it's the same as pulling the throttle off. I don't quite know why they sort of have an auto land, and it will come down to land, you know, wherever it is, and all you can do is control where it's going to go with that. So there's no huge advantage with it at all, I don't think. I'm going to tilt the camera angle down and just do a little bit of an inspection around the top of the house. So you can inspect your gutters and everything, which actually looks as though they want clearing. Mind you, we do have a few leaves here. I do wonder why. There we go. Yeah, but that works pretty well actually. Yeah, that's lovely. That's in high rate, so you can still fly it nice and sedate. You could also bat it as well. And range is no problem at all. Absolutely no problem. That's a good 50 metres there, easy. Yeah, so it's not dropping out, and not even on the FPV is it dropping out. Actually, the FPV looks very good. Okay, I'm actually going to swap over and have a fly with the app, I think. That seems to work really well. There we go. Oh, let me just point out about these props as well while we're at it. I'm going to stop the video. Let me just... So you can prime it also by doing that, and that just starts the props, and then you can see they won't take any impact at all, they just stop straight away. And after a few seconds, if you don't take off after you've primed the motors, it will cut the motors anyway. So let's just pop that off. So I'm going to turn the transmitter off this time, and I'm going to fly it on the app. Now we've gone back to flashing LEDs, as you can see there, so it's not bound to anything because we've just turned the actual transmitter off, but we're still here working live. And actually let's just swap that back and go to there we go, and I'll pop the actual micro SD card out. I'll probably lose it in my pocket, but I'll show you how it records back to the phone now, because that time we recorded to the micro SD card, and this time we're going to do the phone. So like I say, we've got flashing LEDs. What we need to do is turn the controls on, and there we are. So now the flashing LEDs have stopped. Turn on the altitude hold, and you've got the auto start of the motors here, and you've got the auto takeoff here, and we can still calibrate it here. So just simply press this one here, and I've done a video on how to fly using an app, and I'll put a link down in the description for you. But you've got all the basic functions in here. It's a nice little app actually. I like this one, used it quite a bit. So let's go. So now if I press this to record, it's counting up here. Now we didn't have that before. It's a peculiar system, I think, but it's just the way it is. So there we go. So that just starts the motors up, and then we're off again. And I've got really cold hands, so I might not be flying the app particularly well. Oh, having said that, it's flying very well. Yeah, that's nice. So that's in 30%, and we can change the rates here as well. So I'm going to pop that up into 60%, and then up into 100. That is a nice app. Very good. Like I say, I like this app anyway. Yeah, that flies really nicely. Look at that. So you could just carry your phone, which we've always got with us, and your and the quad as well, and you'd be away. That's a long old way away now. A little bit of breeze up there. It's good. Yeah, look at that. It's flying really nicely actually. Obviously the quality is going to be lower on the video because it's doing it on the feedback here, and we'll only be recording 640 480. But it does fly really nicely. I reckon you could fly this nearly as precise as you can with the transmitter. It's really good. And that's at 100%. If you wanted to have a bit more, impress your mates and everything, you could tell them you've got your DJI, it's just a little bit further away than normal. It makes it, they'll think it's further away. There we go. That is about 40 meters there, and that's still holding really nicely. And with video I tend to fly slow and smooth, and you can do a really nice bit of video off a really cheap little quad. That is great. There we go. That's nice. Oops. Like I say, my fingers are cold, so my thumbs are actually not sort of working too well on the app. You can do all sorts of things on the app as well. You can loop, make it flip as well. That's good. And it's, oh, I'll get flashing LEDs. You can fly headless mode on it as well. And it's got something called mission sort of planner thingy. Oh, I don't like it. if you know about the channel, you know I really don't like this one. But should we give it a go? So you just literally draw where you want it to go. There we go. So it's sort of going where I've taken it there. You could do a loop the loop as well. Oops. There we go. And it's looping round, as you can see. I'm going to take that off. I really don't like it. But it's done really well. And that app's flying really well. And actually, you know, for the temperature and everything, it's had a really long flight as well. Very good indeed. There we go. So the battery's gone. So it's just coming to land gently. It doesn't suddenly cut it or anything. We do have an emergency stop on here as well. So you just simply press this one and it will kill the motor. So it will literally drop out of the sky. Okay, so just put a little bit more charge in here, and I've come to the little area I built for the grandkids to play in. So they get bored when they come over. The only thing I'm worried about is it's really windy. That wind is gusting like mad. So we can fly this on our gyro as well. So there we go. So now just bring the quad towards me. So now we've got full control with the gyro. So tilt it backwards, it comes backwards, forwards, left and right, and you've still got the altitude, and you can still control the yaw and everything on it as well. I'll drop the rates down. Let's just see how we get on. That's pretty good. Whoops. And with the grandkids, what I do is get them to turn the way of the quad, which you could sort of say is headless, but this means I can turn it around anywhere. So if I turn around there and then they turn with it, they seem to really get on with it so easy then. It makes it a double for them, so which is nice. Okay, thought give it a little bit of a range test here, and it's actually just good fun here, to be honest. That wind is going to catch you like mad. Let's just get it up in second race. Whoa. So I know that's just on 60 metres if I can get over there. Even the Wi-Fi is holding, that's pretty good. That is very good actually. It's just on, yeah, that's 50 to 60 metres if I can get past that ridge. That's pretty good. Yeah, very smart indeed. And again, those LEDs are really bright on the front. And we're just getting flashing LEDs, which means the power is dropping off. So we're getting low battery warning. But it's really nice. Good little flyer.
Okay, so what did I think of another DJI Mavic Pro clone? I really liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I'm getting into these ones that sort of, they don't go ultra slim or anything, but they do fly a bit better, I think, and also you got the ability of having a better camera on it as well. So I think, yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Whether it's for you, I don't know. I enjoy these. I enjoy the real thin ones that I just slip into a pocket. I don't need anything else but my phone, and I also enjoy touting a rucksack around with a massive quad in it. So I'm quite happy with any of them. They've all got different applications, and you've got to decide what's for you and where you spend your money. So this one I quite liked. The way it folds out and everything is good, and then it gives you sort of a half decent sized quad. Actually, it's really quite nice then. Pretty stable, flew really well, and the app was awesome on it. I really enjoyed flying with the app, and it was cold up here. I mean, it is November in the Highlands of Scotland, so yeah, it's damn cold, but managed to fly it no problem at all, which was good. I like the fact that you can leave the battery in the battery bay, and if you just happen to just press that in your pocket, it won't do anything until you hold it down for a couple of seconds. These, like I said before, these are not a battery warning. This is just a nice blue LED. You've got a little red one on the back there, like I showed you, and then the front ones are awesome. I really like those. They are good for orientation. So, bit strange with the micro SD card that you have to operate it from your phone, but I've sorted that out now, so hopefully if you've enjoyed the review, you'll understand if you have to operate the camera totally from your phone. That's the only way it works. That's the only way this one works, that's for sure. The battery, as I say, is a proprietary battery. If I find any replacements, I'll put a link down in the description for you, and it charges with a cable that they give you, which is just a basic micro SD cable that pops in there, and then it comes out to a normal USB cable, so you can charge it in your car, your computer or your laptop, your mains adapter for your phone or a USB one, and I use power banks when I'm out and about, and that's quite a handy way of doing it. I'll put a link down in description for you to go and have a look at all the different uses I use them for. When you've got it plugged in and it's charging, you get a little red LED there that's quite bright, and then when it's finished charging it goes out, so you do know it is fully charged. The other thing I liked about this was I like the camera. I like the fact that it doesn't go in click stops or anything, and it's really smooth movement. And you can just lock it wherever you like, just let go, and the friction on here just holds it in position really nice. I thought the lens was pretty good, and I thought the video quality wasn't bad. I mean, it's these things are what they are, and I show, that's why I've put the footage on there for you, only you can decide. But certainly, you know, looking at the gutter and everything else, it was dead easy to see how badly I need to get those leaves down. The transmitter itself was good. Again, don't really know why they bother putting these things on, but it's all part of the style and the design, isn't it? So let them have their bit, sort of thing. You got another LED in here, which doesn't do anything. It's just a little blue LED when you turn it on. I don't know why it's got the 4 holes there. And I don't think I actually mentioned that you've actually got emergency stop here. On the flip button here, if you just hold that down for about 3 seconds, it will just kill the motors and it will drop out of the sky. So, and the range was brilliant on it. I thought it was really good. I did have a quick run up to just by long range test in the garden over 80 meters, and it was still flying fine. And actually the Wi-Fi FPV worked really well. You get a spare set of props with it, and also you get a little mini screwdriver as well. The instructions you get with it, these aren't particularly good. I must admit they're really confusing the Chinese to English. You've got things here like speed file is advanced back and left and right side of the flight is divided into 3rd gear speed, the remote control, I mean it just goes on, and also the headless one. The way it explains it is not good, so I think we're hopefully most people are thankful that it's given out to reviewers. We work out how everything works on it basically, fly it around, you get to see the video, and then you can make a decision on that, and hopefully you'll get straight into flying it really nicely. So all in all, I really like it. It's your hard-earned, so you spend it however you like. But I do hope you've enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it.